This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, and this is really the only place in media to discuss the things we talk about. Everyday aches and pains, the things that tick you off, the things that make you tick. We talk about problems, questions, and complaints. This hour brought to you by Real CBD That Works.com. That's Panacea Life Sciences, by the way. I just took 3 of the fast sublinguals under my tongue, one at a time. They're pretty big, but they're very good. Very good for pain. They stave off anxiety, and they're great for inflammation. CBD is a wonderful product. RealCBDThatWorks.com. 30% off when you use Tom in the promo code. Welcome Landis. He wants to talk about something very serious. And whatever your problem, if you're listening to a taped broadcast and you want to get on, all you have to do is call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Get your calls in now. Basically, this is what it is. If someone is lying to you, cheating you, ripping you off, taking money, not performing, any kind of issues that you're having, let us know. Landis, what's going on with you? Hello, Landis.
Hey again, Tom. It's from last week, same guy, the Suburban.
Okay, hold on, Landis. Let's recap. You were calling last week, and you had a problem, so we want to help you. Now, explain what your problem was, sir.
Yes, sir. My problem was my Suburban was a suspicion of a hit and run.
Yeah, and what's really weird, a suspicion of a hit and run. This is weird because someone claims you were involved in a hit and run and came and got you or towed your what was it, an SUV?
My Suburban.
Yeah, Suburban. Here's the problem, Landis, is that we don't know why anyone would call and give out your name. However, they did, and they said this was the car. They gave a description, and somehow the police tracked you down. And you said you had Dairyland insurance. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, didn't you also say that, and I thought we found out, your registration, your plates were expired or something was wrong?
Yes. Well, it wasn't just, it was mainly because they sent a letter, the detective sent a letter to my buddy that I bought the car from. He didn't let me know until after the date. The last day the inspection wanted to see it, so they issued a warrant for my car since I didn't let him come see my car. I didn't bring my car to him within the time period he asked.
You didn't bring your car to who?
The detective at the time, because I wasn't aware of he wanted to see my car until the 24th, and the 23rd was the deadline to bring my car in.
Now, a detective put out what he called you and said, I want to see your car, or he mailed it to the registration address?
He mailed it to the registration address.
Why don't you have your address on the registration?
Because I haven't had the chance to get to the DMV. It's my fault on that part.
Okay, so this letter came to your friend who didn't tell you, so you did not go to the detective. By the way, you're not under any obligation to show your car to anyone, but they wanted to see it, and when you did not comply, they towed your vehicle.
Yes, sir. I also sent you an email as well with all the documents and stuff that I was able to obtain.
Suze, do we have that email with all the documents?
I saw something, Tom. Let me look at it.
So what you're saying is they took your car because it was a suspicion of a hit and run.
Yes, sir.
Where does it stand now?
My insurance. I have no clue. I have not been able to get a hold of the detective. My insurance company cannot get a hold of the detective or the other insurance company. There's no evidence, no proof is what they said. There's nothing that claims me at the scene of the crime except for my vehicle and my plates. And no one's responding. I just went to the detective's office this morning, and they said he won't be until tomorrow. Sorry, go ahead.
Traffic Investigation Bureau, I'm looking at here. The above information refers to an accident which occurred in the city and county of Denver. The vehicle described, okay, you must provide proof of insurance. By the way, did you have proof of insurance?
Yes, I have proof, but he never asked me when I went down to him.
So it was sent to Elmer. Who's Elmer?
Elmer Lehman is one of my friends / old bosses.
Anyway, so bottom line here is you got investigated for a hit and run. So I don't understand. And then they towed your vehicle, and now you're trying to get your vehicle back. Have they determined your vehicle was not in this or not? It says the investigation is ongoing, therefore your request is denied because we believe it would be contrary to public interest to release the records. What were you asking for?
I was trying to get the police report on the thing, and no one's able to give it to me until the investigation's over.
Okay, and then the next piece, and the next thing is a picture of your car, and I see damage on the side.
On the driver door, yes, that's because I got mad and I kicked my door.
No, I'm talking about the passenger door.
No, they said it was on the back quarter panel of my vehicle.
I'm looking at your car, and I see a scratch, a big gash here, a gash of some kind on your passenger door. Who took this picture?
I did.
Okay. What were you trying to show me?
Pictures. I was showing you that there was no damage because we're
okay, and I'm looking at
was
damage.
Not where the accident occurred.
Where did they say the accident occurred? Where did they? Listen, man.
Sorry.
Here's the deal. They're going to. Here's the worst part about it. I don't really know if you're guilty or innocent of a hit and run, but it doesn't matter because in Denver, if your vehicle is taken on suspicion of a crime, even if the underlying crime, listen carefully, turns out to be a fraudulent report. Let's say someone called in and said, my car was hit, and they later find out that the person took a hammer to their car. Honest to God, people, if you're listening to me and you don't believe this, I will bet you $1,000 that even if the underlying crime never existed or is adjudicated not guilty or is discharged, the civil part where they took your car remains intact and you can lose your car forever, even if there is no crime. The problem, Landis, you don't seem to see is that whether or not you're guilty of a hit and run, doesn't matter. You will lose your car. Why? Because there's very few cities in the United States that still have these laws. And by the way, I should say they're racist laws mostly because I would venture to say most people who have cars towed and destroyed or sold out from under them, most of them are either black or Hispanic or poor people. They take advantage of them. Now, I don't know what to do. You're not going to get your car back until it's investigated. Your investigation might take 6 months. Meanwhile, you lost your job. I mean, this is a terrible situation. But did these people make up this car out of the blue and give them a license plate number? I mean, how did that happen?
I have no.
Okay. Did they see it happen? Did they say they saw it happen?
Do I respond now? Sorry.
Did they see it happen?
No, no one says anything. The detective asked which way was I going and which way did I run to. Did I take Alameda or did I take Santa Fe? And I said, I don't know because I wasn't there. So can you tell me?
And who is Rhoda? Who's Rhoda or Rod? I don't know. Who is that? What text? Why did you?
I have no clue.
It says worst traffic You sent this to us. Worst traffic.
Oh.
It looks like a review.
Yes. It was a review of the same detective that screwed someone else over 5 years ago, and I had the same detective.
Worst traffic investigation department ever. They took mine 4 months. I don't know. This person can't write. Worst traffic investigation department ever. They took mine 4 months. They never answer your call. Or I went to see him more than I can remember, but never got to talk to him. And because my work ID was in car, I lost my jobs as well. Also, Detective Mr. Cook called me in his office and order for proof of insurance. Since my car was already towed by them, proof of insurance was also in the car, so I could not show him proof of insurance, then got ticket, but I still haven't got my car back, and I was unable to show proof of insurance to my judge, and actually, I'm way to see Mr. Cook. Yeah, so anyway, that person will lose their car. You lose your car. You lose your car. You also lose your car. That's the city of Denver. And what do we do about it? Because people in Denver are basically, they don't care. They don't care because it's not happening to them. It's only happening to poor people and minorities. It's just a fact. And because we have a racist mayor and we have a racist city attorney, KKK Corey Nelson, and the whore-loving mayor. I mean, I swear to God, they are a disgusting bunch of people. They are liars and they are thieves. And all I can say, Landis, is I can highlight your case, but you will lose your car. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have the money to fight them. You don't. You don't have the money to fight them. That
Is
car.
there a pro bono lawyer you could recommend?
There's. Do you really believe there are such things as pro bono attorneys? There are none.
No,
I don't know
really.
why people think attorneys are free. They're never free. They do pro bono work once in a great while. I wish someone listening would agree to it. If someone does, I'll pass them on to you. Here's the thing. The city of Denver, why do citizens put up with this? Why? Why do they allow the city to steal property? They steal property. My God, when you talk to them, it's a circular argument. You say to them, why can you steal property? And they say, oh, no, it's taken in the commission or investigation of a crime. Then I say, but what about when the crime does not exist or someone is exonerated? And they say, oh, it's separate from the crime. It's a civil action. And I say, but if the civil action has no basis, how can you continue to seize the car in a civil action? Well, that's the way the law's written. And every year, people get their vehicles taken. Not rich people. Not people in society. Not people the mayor knows. Not people Corey Nelson knows. These are poor people and people who can't fight for themselves. They steal their cars. The city purposely stopped keeping track of seized vehicles. Purposely. Why? I'll tell you why. Because they did not want to account for how much they're making. So they decided, we don't have to keep records, therefore, we're not subject to open records.
Some people treat investment.
And then you have to go to court to prove your innocence as opposed to them proving that you're guilty.
But no, that doesn't matter. There's no, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter if it's innocent. What I'm saying is, he lost his truck whether he was involved in a hit run or
I
not.
know. But what I'm saying is, you have to prove somehow the negative as opposed to them proving the positive. They don't. That's all. They don't. It's total opposite of what it should be.
Mile High Estate Planning is now Blake Harris Law. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. If you call Blake, you'll get free answers to your questions about estate planning, whether it's about a simple will, a trust. Maybe you want to do a beneficiary's deed for a home or some kind of a title for a car that passes on to someone, or you want to, that all of these things, medical directives, all of them come under the heading of estate planning, even someone to take care of your pets. If you need help, that's 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. We were just talking about hit and run, right? And this happens all the time where people are accused of things they didn't do. It happens all the time. Oh, I know we'd like to believe it doesn't happen, but it happens. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney I've known for 30 years. Joe Lazara will help you. Joe Lazara, if you don't think you'll ever need him, at least take the name to refer to someone else. Because somewhere along the line, you'll hear someone who's had their rights screwed over. Or possibly they made a stupid mistake. Whatever it is, Joe Lazara, find him at referralist.com, 303-429-6200. Flat rate pricing, free consultations, 303-429-6200.
Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky. I'm forever grateful to Doc.
And my throat hurt all the time for months. I did a lot of homework to find the best voice specialist, and I found the Colorado Voice Clinic. Dr. Opperman performed a laser procedure on my vocal cords, and I was back on the air in 3 weeks. He saved my career. Let him help you too with any kind of voice problem. Please get started at coloradovoiceclinic.com.
Do you know anyone that needs a new car or someone looking to trade their car in?
How can that be constitutional? Does anybody want the constitutionality?
Pardon me, Jim. I had a gentleman on, was expecting a call back from you last week on a leaky windshield. Didn't hear back. His name was Jack. So just, I have him on hold while you.
Before you can challenge the constitutionality.
Okay.
Before someone will challenge the constitutionality. Somebody's got to acknowledge the fact that it's going on. Where's the ACLU on this? Huh? Where's the on the move? On the move.
Now, how's that different from all the others we've purchased? Well, we have none of this.
What you gonna do?
He's just asking. Mark, those cubes right there, they were extended, right? They were our wireless connection. That's mesh. That's our mesh network. So are you just going to hook that directly to the router and make it a one wireless network? Yep. Connection? Good. That's the plan, Stan. What's up, Paul? Good, man. How about you? Yeah.
Perfect item for you. So that's why every day more couples
Got my truck back after 3 weeks.
What was wrong with it?
They had to replace the lifters, and then on the other truck we bought with the service price.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave me an extended warranty at cost.
Oh, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
How much was cost, out of curiosity?
It's only $300.
That's not bad. Is it a manufacturer's warranty?
No, it's an after. It's a.
I'm always a little leery of those, but
It's only as good as the dealership that offers it, really.
Turn to the experts you trust. Just a few bucks a day. PlumlineServices.com. Get your free estimate.
I didn't miss any spots, did I, dude?
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone, but you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years,
Is it up until you...
Yeah, we're up on everything.
The challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell.
So don't break us.
Colorado area attorneys, 8101 East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village, Colorado, 80111.
Now it's going to take the city of Denver taking the wrong person's car, you know.
No, but they won't do it. They won't take the wrong
person's car.
They'll give it back.
Oh, man.
It's a perfect system.
It's just perfect. They will tuck tail and duck quick, fast, in a hurry. Oh, man. And they've gotten really, really good at it.
Is that the guy that got stabbed?
Yeah. He's having a very worst of luck.
As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job.
You know, I really need to do more than just talk about it now. I think I got to approach city council members individually and talk to them about it.
It's the new law for pros. Valid through 9/24, U.S. only.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter. Frank Duran, the real estate man. He will do free market valuations of your home for the asking. All you have to do is ask, and it is a complete, detailed valuation of what your house will sell for on the open market, which is very accurate. He uses his 26-plus years of experience to get to that. So it's more accurate, I think, than an appraisal or a Zillow or an online thing, because it's what it actually is selling for based on his experience. Get your free analysis. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Hey, Teresa has a comment on Landis. Now, Landis, here's what happened. Somebody said, oh, a car hit me. They gave him a license plate number. They found Landis. They took the car. But the real deal is not even so much the hit and run, because he'll never get his car back, whether or not there was ever even a hit and run. That's the flaw in the Denver nuisance abatement law. They think, oh, it's for the good of mankind. We take tools away from criminals, but they do not. The entire law is written so when something is confiscated, based on the investigation of a crime, whether that crime actually exists, whether it's guilty or innocent or even dropped, the civil case continues against your property, even though the underlying basis has completely disappeared. Teresa, what's your comment?
Hey, Tom, I know you guys seem a little confused about how, because you keep asking questions like, how did they know? The whole thing started unraveling when he threw his expired insurance card in the trash. And all the suspect has to do is take that to the police and say, this car hit my car. They don't have to have a description of the driver or license plate. The police run the VIN, and they get everything they need.
But how would someone, here's what I want to know, wouldn't the police be curious? Listen to this, Teresa. Let's say you go to the police department and say, here's the VIN number of the car that I just had a hit and run. Now, you don't have the license plate number. How the hell would you get the VIN number?
Right.
Well, how would you get the VIN number?
Card that they put in, he threw it in the trash. They pulled it out of the trash.
Teresa, I understand he threw it in the trash, and that's how they got it. But the police officer taking the report would ask, by the way, sir, you didn't get the license plate, but you happened to glance in the windshield and see the VIN number as it was speeding past you?
No, they could just say, this guy, he hit us, and he just handed us his insurance card and took off.
I still say, my God, do you really believe? Okay, so...
yeah, totally.
So officer, this guy stopped long enough to give us his insurance card and take off because he's a complete moron. No, come on, Teresa.
Exactly.
Who would ever stop and just hand
I'm
over?
Serious. I've seen it happen. So, yeah, it's...
They're not going to tow someone's car based upon that. Is that what you guys think? I know that's what he's saying. Do you think that? If I call up and say license plate just hit me, Denver's going to send out a tow truck and go grab your car?
They didn't have his license plate number.
I think they did. I think they did that because the victim never registered, Landis never registered the car in his name.
Right.
So they have the other
That's right.
Right.
To tow the car.
But in any case, Teresa,
So
let me ask you the bigger question. Do you believe he deserves to lose his car forever?
Oh, not at all. I think that they should investigate it and find out that it's all just bogus.
But the problem is, in Denver, even though the underlying crime is bogus, they get to keep your car. That's the way the law is written. And that's what our whore-loving mayor lied about on the air with Mandy Connell. He said that does not happen because he's a liar. He can't help it. Just like KKK Corey Nelson, the city attorney is a liar. And we caught him in lies. He's a liar. I mean, what do you call people that lie? Liars. So we have a mayor who is a liar, confirmed. We have Corey Nelson, who is a liar, confirmed, going in and telling the judge he never heard from this guy, this poor guy, happened to be a black guy. Why? Because that's who gets victimized by this. Blacks and Hispanics most. In fact, every complaint we've gotten has been from Landis, the first white guy, and he's poor. Okay, so they group him into one group that they think won't fight back, because I guarantee you they won't take a car by nuisance abatement from a Rich Highlands Ranch dad or a hilltop doctor. They're not going to do it, guaranteed. Guaranteed, because we have a bunch of racist pigs on the city council. Racist pigs. That's what they are. And not one of them should ever allow this to stand. In fact, someone should run for mayor on just this one thing alone, because it is so immoral. Landis, to add insult to injury, what happened to you over the weekend?
I was sleeping in an alley, and another homeless man came up. He stumbled across my feet and brought a knife out, telling me to get the F out. This is his spot, his property. I need to leave. And I said, there's plenty of room for you to sleep over here. Just go to sleep. And he said, I'm going to stab you if you don't get your stuff and get out of here. So I started packing my stuff up. I realized I didn't have my phone, so I went to turn around to go back. Dude started charging at me. So I picked up a rock and threw it, missed him. He sliced my head open, stabbed me in the shoulder, barely missed an artery, but cut through a lot of muscles and tendons, so I can't really use my right arm.
Did you get to the hospital?
And yeah, I was able to pick up a cinder block and kind of chuck it at him.
Did you get to the hospital?
Yes, sir, because the cops showed up. Because someone started hearing someone screaming. I was yelling for help because I was bleeding and everything.
You were living in your car. You used your car to get to work, and they took all that from you.
Yes, sir.
But the one woman who called us suggested that all they have to do is give the VIN number. He left his card and ran. I mean, I don't know. Has anyone ever done that? Ben, what is your comment, Ben? What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I have a question about the aspect of the Landis case. I'm a friend of Landis's. I've been trying to help him out for the last week, going on 2 weeks now. So we've kind of determined he may not ever get his car back.
Right.
He needs to get his life back. His ID, everything he owns is in that car. His money, his ID.
They don't care. They don't care.
I know. But my question is how does this kid get his life back together? Because he needs some identification, and he can't get his driver's license reissued because he's currently part of an ongoing investigation. How does he? I mean, you can't do anything for that ID. You can't get a job. You can't catch a check.
Now,
all of it.
You know what? Maybe we should personally call the detective in charge and ask him. Just say, look, this man simply needs his ID so he can work and get. I mean, he needs his basic stuff out of the car. I mean, certainly they can be human enough to do that. Suze.
You would think so. Landis has tried calling him several times and has yet to talk to him on the phone, as far as I know. He has seen him once face-to-face, right shortly after all this happened. But he, as he's told me, has tried several times. And so, good luck. Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe we call the chief's office. And who should we give this to, Suze? I want to give it to someone who will be tenacious enough to get a hold of the chief and say, look, we're not trying to get his truck back. We're not trying to get him off. We're not trying to do anything except his ID is in there. He's a homeless man. He needs it to work. Who do we get to call the police?
Up to you, Tom. Any of them will be good. All
Deputy
of our guys
Doc,
are great.
you want to give it a stab? Deputy Doc's smart enough to get through. 303-713-8255.
We just need to find out which police.
Now, impact traffic. From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Southbound I-25, we're still heavy from I-70 to 6th after clearing earlier wrecks. Eastbound I-70 hesitates through the construction of Broadway and Colorado Boulevard, and eastbound I-270 sluggish into Commerce City. Southbound I-225 bunches up before I-25. Venues at the speed limit to and from DIA, but long lines through TSA. Give yourself 2 hours to check in before your flight. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy today with a high up to 70. Clear skies tonight, in the low 50. Then sunshine, but cooler tomorrow, high near 68. Warming up again Wednesday through Friday, it's sunny and 84. Right now it's 60 with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KL. As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job. Shop the Just for Pros event at Lowe's now through September 24th. Save with limited time offers on top tool brands like Bosch, DeWalt, and more. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Through 9/24 U.S. only.
The Art of Granite. Do you know what I think of when I think about the art of granite? Beautiful countertops. Not just granite, though. So I want you to think the art of granite, basically the art of countertops, whether it be granite, quartz, marble, quartzite, or any man-made material, natural stone. He can do it all. theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919. The whole Front Range and mountain communities, open 6 days a week, closed Sundays, a golden showroom. You can call and get a price on the phone. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919.
If you're within 5 years of retirement, you can't afford to miss Allworth Financial's retirement.
Coming due again for us to renew. Why doesn't he take it over? I tried transferring it to him, and they don't fucking take it.
I don't know. I'll ask him.
Okay. Can you get his IT guy?
I think it's on our server too, actually.
There's no cost, but space is limited. Register for a 7 personal decision points retirement planning workshop at 866-807-4250. Or visit allwardfinancial.com/workshop.
I'm around here for TNT Forward. TNT Forward.
Some of your stories, man, are like a soap opera. People are just hanging on to listen to the conclusion. What's going on?
It's fucking, what do you call it?
It's like a,
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, it's just. It's all my children of Denver, right?
So Mark Hammond's a hand press.
Yeah. Nah, no idea why.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm adding into one of my little tools so I can know what's going on with them.
What's that?
Just adding these cameras to my phone so I can be really, really smart about them.
You can do that?
Yeah.
And so when you connect them to your phone, can they be connected to two? You could be, what do you look in on it?
I can look in on it. I can change the aspect of it. I can
even outside of that program, then. Yeah.
Yeah.
What app are you using to do it?
The app I'm using right here
is native to your phone.
It's just an app I downloaded out of the App Store. Yeah. That's how I built my security at home.
So basically, to tap into a camera, you just need its IP.
You need its IP, its user ID, password, and any other, and to comply with any other security that may be applied.
Is that IP? If we made the IP username and password available to the world, can they log into that from outside?
Not very easily. Okay, and the reason why is because we are inside and on our network. Our network has a public IP address. That public IP address is at the gateway of our router.
Which changes?
Okay, no, it hasn't changed. But if it's cable, it's not going to change very often.
No, right.
It's landed in there, okay? And that's the firewall you have to come through. So you have to first know our public IP address. Then we have to have that map to the camera. It gets kind of deep. It's not as easy as folks want it to be, but it can be done.
Or find them online at goldenspikeroofing.com. Golden Spike Cranberry. There's health goals, then there's Cranberry's bowl goals. I eat a bowl of cranberry bread flakes every morning because my bowl goal is to cut down on sugar. I eat a bowl of cranberry cinnamon frosted shredded wheat every morning because my bowl goal is to pack as much flavor in my breakfast as possible.
I eat a bowl of cranberry honey nut toasted oats every morning because my bowl goal is to start each day with tons of energy.
Cranberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum is a delicious way to keep your family's health goals on track, with more antioxidants than any fruit, vegetable, or cereal.
I'm Peter Hess for Grainberry cereals. Grainberry with amazing onyx sorghum starts with lower sugar than other cereals. Then we use only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption. making it great for managing diabetes and prediabetes. Whatever your health goals are, find it in a bowl of Grainberry cereal. Pick up a box today.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. Renew Home Innovations for beautiful bathrooms. Renew Home Innovations. Now, that means if you're looking for a shower, the wet area of your bathroom, they can handle it. They do the showers, the baths, the combinations, or beautiful these new showers with the big rectangle showers that take that space with no thresholds, perimeter drains, grab bars, seats, whatever you want. You make it custom with American Standard stuff, and they're wonderful people. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. 904-2000. Paul the Waterman is with us, and we're going to be talking about water systems. But I want to take this last comment here about Landis and his Suburban being taken away, his home, his way to and from work, his ID, everything, and he'll never get it back. So he's got to move on. That's because of the immoral, racist laws of Denver. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Tom, two things on that. Number one, maybe lovely Rita Metermaid could help us figure this out.
Yes.
And and number two, I wonder if he's permitted to get a simple Colorado ID.
You know, what is the rule on an ID? What do you need to get an ID, by the way? I don't know. I have lost track of that. I think
they're free.
What's that?
They're free. It's free.
Yeah, but what do you need to get one to establish who you are?
Yeah, good question. I don't know.
What proof do they require?
Has to be something.
He might be able to work if he just says that he's in the country illegally. That might be easier.
There you go.
Than getting an ID. 303-713-TALK. Vanessa, what's going on with your 16-year-old? Man, today is a day of terrible problems. By the way, speaking of problems, no matter what they are, no matter how big, how small, this is the only place to get direct help or just to air your dirty laundry and just unload, just get it off your chest. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Vanessa, what's going on? Are you there? Did she go away? Do you have any idea what she was calling about? Vanessa, I'm sorry you didn't wait, but she said Adams County was holding her 16-year-old son.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't hang up. Vanessa, what's happening?
Yeah. He got arrested on Thursday, and apparently he got arrested on a felony warrant, and nobody...
What are they accusing him of?
I don't know. They won't tell me.
What?
Nobody will tell me. Yeah, I don't know why he's in custody. Denver doesn't, I called the Denver County. They don't have him in their system. The courts, I talked to the courts, called the DA.
Well, first of all, let's back up. How did you know he was arrested?
Well, because I was there, because there was an incident that happened where the cops got called, and then I guess they ran his name, and they said he had a felony warrant.
Well, okay, what was the? Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. The incident. They were called, and they ran his name, and they said you're under arrest, right? And they said it was for a felony
warrant.
Did he say, "Mom, I have no idea what this is about"? Did he talk to you at all?
He was like, yeah, he was like, "Mom," he's like, "Oh my," he's like, "I don't know why." He's like, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything." He's like, "Why are they arresting me?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then. And then they put him in there.
Vanessa, what's his first name?
Arthur.
Now, I want to ask the God's honest truth. Has he been a troublemaker?
Well, he is on probation. So he does have, it's
on probation. Good. What is he on probation for?
So he has a gun charge. And then he has, I think it's like an assault or something like that. I'm not sure.
What was the gun charge? Concealing or assault with a deadly weapon or what?
Yeah, so what happened was, there was somebody that was like assaulting these two old ladies, and then he went and pulled a gun and he hit him with the gun because this guy, he didn't even know.
Assault with a deadly weapon. I get it.
Yes.
So does he have? So he has. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so he's on probation for that, but he's in compliance with probation.
Okay, so can't you call his probation officer?
I did. I called him. He didn't even understand why he was in custody. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't see no warrant.
It wasn't a violation of probation?
No. He said it has nothing to do with him. He didn't know why he was.
We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Hold on. Let's figure this out. And then Joe Lazar, if he's around, if he could just give us a hint on where we start. Wanda, can you hang on? Because I want you to comment about Colorado IDs. It's a really hot topic right now. Can you hang on for a few minutes? I'll come right to you.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Wanda.
Now, in traffic. From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Southbound I-25 is still a little heavy from I-76 after we cleared out earlier wrecks. Eastbound I-70 hesitates through the construction between Broadway and Colorado Boulevard. Eastbound I-270 sluggish in the Commerce City. Southbound I-225 bunching up before I-25 in McCaslin, now closed for paving south of the Turnpike between Colton Road and 120th. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Cloudy today with a high near 70. Clear skies tonight with a low at 50, and sunshine, but even cooler tomorrow, a high at 68 degrees. Warmer again Wednesday through Friday, sunshine and 84. Right now, it's 60 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW. As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job. Shop the Just for Pros event at Lowe's now through September 24th. Save with limited time offers on top tool brands like Bosch, DeWalt, and more. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 9/24, U.S. only.
Fix it 24/7. That's the place for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. You can find them at fixmyhome.com right now. New system starting at just $77 a month. Did you feel it already, that chill? And that's a chilling warning of what's to come. Don't wait. There are supply chain problems. Fix it. Thought about it. They planned ahead and have new systems ready to install. No wait, but there could be a wait if you wait till the dead of winter. If your system is old, get it checked out. Fixmyhome.com. Fix it 24/7. New system starting at just $77 a month. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Have you heard about the stock market? It's been going crazy, and it shed 700 points so far at this moment. 700 points. Listen, no matter what the stock market does, there's a guaranteed investment that'll earn you 4% tax-free. 4% tax-free. Now, that's a pretty good guarantee, tax-free. Then, on top of it, a 1% dividend. You do this through your life and borrow from yourself even, and pay it back even with more interest to shelter more money that grows tax-free. It's all part of the Become the Banker strategy. Find out more, becomethebanker.org.
Meet Brian Bridges. He's the owner of a tattoo shop in Denver. Although Brian is
Getting email requests for tattoos, he was surprised when he saw one from a well-known celebrity in Los Angeles. So he turned to his American Express Business Platinum Card, which lets him earn 5 times membership rewards points on flights to prepaid hotels, both through Amex Travel.com. Talk about the sweet life. Built for business by American Express. This story features a fictional character from a fictional.
I think we should go after the city council members and ask them if they approve of this. And pick the ones, especially that are in the district where the citizens are hit hard most. You're turning a blind eye. You're allowing your, the citizens you're represented to take taken advantage of. This is okay with you? I think we go after the city council. I think I'm sitting there thinking nothing.
Or if we start asking the questions in the right room.
You see, I don't think each individual council member actually believes this is happening. I think they don't actually know the impact it's having of this nuisance abatement.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is there a difference between nuisance abatement and civil asset forfeiture?
Yes. Yes, hold on. The difference in the name.
Right.
Denver changed the name because they didn't want to be challenged for civil forfeiture, which were being overturned all over. So they call it nuisance abatement. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. They turned it into a civil matter, not a criminal matter. And by doing so, they can fucking do whatever they want. But there is no difference. Oh, cool. That's very cool.
As soon as I find my mark back in here, I'll figure out how to get the rest of them on here.
Could you switch right from that phone without that pad?
Huh? Could I do what?
From that phone. Or just control it?
Just control the camera, okay, from this phone with what's going on right here. It actually works as an extra layer because this can stay as it is, and then we can go in there and change the view and so on and so forth.
And then switch to it there.
Yeah, it'll already be here. You change the view and the camera will literally move in real time.
You know what I thought would be cool is if we could feed to the internet 4 cameras and let the viewer decide which camera to take and when to take it. I wish there was an app that did that. So you have control over the podcast. You can watch a close-up of me, or you can watch a wide shot, or you can watch a control room, or you can watch the guest.
Well, I think
wouldn't that be cool?
Okay. We can do that, but we need an app. Okay, we
need our own app.
We need our own apps. The reason why is they're coming in through Facebook, they're coming in through YouTube. Okay, we're able to set up our streams to those services. Okay,
so having our own app is it.
So having our own app and let our app feed, okay, and let our app provide access
to 4 cameras
to our stream. Okay,
because wouldn't that be easier if you just let people decide what to see?
Dude, you wouldn't even have to have YouTube or Facebook at that point. Then they'd be coming to your app to see your show.
Yeah, that would cut down on availability for sure. But
then at the same time, you could also take your app and serve your app to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and everybody else. That's not a bad idea.
See, Tom, every once in a while you come up with brilliant ideas.
No one is doing that, I've noticed. No one lets you control what you see.
Because they need apps.
Rush Limbaugh had his own app, but he had one camera angle.
Yeah.
Same thing, but I mean, you'd have an app, you have multiple cameras, you can choose,
Which view do I want to look at? Do I want to look in the control booth?
See, then you could also put your 303 magazine on the app and you could blow up.
Hi,
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Wanda, you want to talk about Colorado IDs. This guy, of course, lost his license with the car being towed. It was inside. He doesn't have an ID. He can't work. What did you want to say about?
All you need is a birth certificate and a Social Security card.
Oh my God, that's hard. The birth certificate's hard for a lot of people. But you don't need.
All you have to do is send in the mail the state that you're born in. Send it to the capital of that state and tell them you want a birth certificate, and they'll mail you one out. If you don't have an address, if you're homeless, use general delivery or ask a friend if you can use their address.
Hey, Wanda, you sound like you have experience. Do you help people with this, or did you experience it?
I have helped people with this quite a bit.
Now, why?
Because they can't get it.
But how do they find you? Like, are you just a nice person, or what do you do it for a living, or what?
Oh no, I don't do nothing for a living. I'm retired.
Okay, but you like helping people?
I help a lot of people.
Well, that's great.
I even had to help my daughter. She didn't know how to get her driver's license. I said, all you have to do is this, and this. I'll help you out with it.
Thank you, Wanda.
You got it.
Thank you, Wanda. Hey, Vanessa says her 16-year-old son was picked up and arrested in front of her for a felony warrant. But he's already on probation for assault with a gun. And even his own probation officer doesn't know why he was arrested. But certainly I'm wondering, Vanessa, can the the probation officer find out?
That's what I had asked him because that's what I
mean,
was
he's in the
thinking.
system. If anyone can find out, he can. It's his client, so to speak.
That's what I told him, and he said this is I told him the same exact thing, and he told me, he said that he's like, it's not my violation. I have nothing to do with what's going on with that charge. He's like,
yeah, but he can. Okay, but it's not his violation. But guess what? When he doesn't show up for probation, how would he? There's got to be a way for him to know he was arrested and where he's being held.
Yeah, he said he won't know anything or he doesn't get any kind of information until he goes into the Denver system because he's not in there.
All right. Now, where was he arrested? What jurisdiction?
In Adams County and Federal, well, it's Federal Heights, but it's Adams County.
What police agency?
Federal Heights.
Was it actually Federal Heights Police?
Yeah.
They have a police department?
Yeah.
Federal Heights Police picked him up. Okay. All right. Hold on, and let's just hang on. We're trying to get a hold of Joe Lazara, a criminal defense attorney, but I'd also like to have any of my low-life listeners. Now, I got a bunch of you out there who've been arrested before, and you know the drill. How does his mom find out where your deadbeat ass is when you're arrested? Now, I'm talking to my deadbeat ass listeners. Now, I got all kinds. I have high brow, low brow, in between brow. I have whore-loving mayors. I have all kinds of people listening to this show. And here's the point. I got crooked politicians and good politicians. We got rich people and poor people. We have every gender there is listening. So please do me a favor. Tell me how she finds her son who was arrested. Where is he? She can't find him. Now, I find that hard to believe.
Where's he locked up at?
She doesn't know.
I mean, here in Colorado?
Yeah, in Colorado. He was arrested by Federal Heights Police.
Federal Heights?
Yeah, all one of them. Whatever, I don't know. They have a department. They arrested him on a felony warrant. We can't figure out where the hell he is. Hold on. If you're smart, call us. If you're a lowlife, call us. We want to know. 303-713-TALK. Vanessa, we're going to get a hold of somebody and figure this out. Plus, more of your problems, questions, and complaints. And Paul, the waterman, coming up.
Homeowners experiencing pipe leaks or low water pressure? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to old corroded pipes. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. They'll repipe your home in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Call for your free in-home estimate and get 20% off our already low price. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
Want to buy an RV? Bet you go to the internet. Everyone does, but they end up here at Century RV, north on I-25 at the Longmont exit, or in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. New and used RVs, motorhomes, fifth wheels, pop-ups, and campers. A service center, too. CenturyRV.com. Giant discounts and financing. CenturyRV.com. 303-453-1111. And on my referral list at referralist.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. A number of police and FBI vehicles are swarming the Florida home of Brian Laundrie after a major development in the case of his missing girlfriend.
A body believed to be 22-year-old Gabby Petito found near Grand Teton National Park. Her father reacting to the news with this tweet. She touched the world.
ABC's Trevor Alt. Laundrie went hiking in a Florida nature preserve nearly a week ago and hasn't been seen since. Pfizer says that data shows its vaccine is safe and effective for kids ages 5 through 11. The company expected to ask for emergency use authorization. President Biden to ease foreign travel restrictions into the U.S. Starting in November, foreign travelers who can provide proof of vaccination will be allowed to fly to the United States. The U.S. has started flying some of the nearly 13,000 migrants camped under a Texas bridge back to Haiti. More deportation flights are planned this week. This is ABC News.
Yeah. I was about to say that, you guys are smart. You're talking about use the Adams County docket and just put his name in.
Does that work? You don't know his name.
No, well, she knows his name.
No, we don't. Do we have it?
No, I don't have it. No, Suzanne may have it. It may be in the room back here, but.
And ask the pharmacist how Prevnar 13 can help protect you from pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease. If you're 65 or older, a trip to the pharmacy is a lot more pleasant than a trip to the
It wouldn't be a complicated app. Viewing app.
No, not at all. Shouldn't have to be. No.
You could probably market it.
You could.
If you made it vanilla and other people could use it.
Yeah. We could do that. Do we have a dev team? Do we have a dev team?
Well, we do, but Mark doesn't like them anymore because of what happened.
Okay.
He thought they milked us.
Yes, quiet, because we're talking about y'all.
K-Hal News Time, 11:03.
Folks are loving the idea of you having an app. Tom's app should stream the show, hook to the referral list, and have a checklist for getting a mortgage, what to do. And he says your app should be live and support all the things you support. I like it.
I think people, and I can't believe there's not a podcast out there that doesn't do that. Just feed cameras.
It doesn't do what?
Feed cameras.
In fact, no. This app that I am using can actually serve whatever cameras I've got here. It actually can do that. Okay.
And you can pick whichever one you want.
And I can pick whichever one I want.
Okay, so the technology's there.
The technology is definitely there.
We just put a face on
all you have to do is put a fence around it and connect.
And also have it connect and write a log.
Yeah.
Through 924 U.S. only. No one appreciates the American dream as much as Romanian immigrant Mitch Floria. He arrived with just $300 in his pocket, started Art of Granite, now serves.
Are there attorneys that specialize in gaming?
Oh, I'm sure there are. Gaming rules? Absolutely.
And
get a price on the phone. 303-386-50.
Your attorneys specialize in everything. If you think about it. Do you want somebody? I would guarantee that if you, especially with the gaming board.
And what's considered a sport for sport wagering? It's legal now. What's considered sport?
Anything you want.
That's what I'm getting at.
If you can,
what if you and I thumb wrestle here and we want to?
If you can find one of these sites that will take a bet that has a line on it, you can bet on anything. So anything that they want to give you a line on is legal. But you have to find somebody that's going to book the bet. Does that make sense?
Are they going to arrest this guy?
Well, alcohol's 800 points. What caused
He
that?
took off, you know. He knew that they were going to.
Of course.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. The nation's been captivated by Gabby Petito, who went missing and then found dead. And they're going to be doing a search warrant on her fiance's or ex-boyfriend, whatever the hell you call him, the suspected murderer's residence. He took off for the wilds in Florida. We're talking about problems, questions, and complaints that we can solve, we hope. If you have a problem, give us a call. Vanessa has a son, 16-year-old, arrested on a felony warrant. She doesn't know what it stems from. She has no case number. His own probation officer doesn't know where he is. She just wants to find him. That's all. And I said, certainly some of my listeners may know the system. Go ahead, Mike. What's your comment?
Yeah, Tom, you said you wanted some of your low-life listeners in low places to call, and I said, oh, okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, as a suggestion, I don't know, Federal Heights has a website, call every number on there, or knock on every county court outdoor house.
I mean, how do you... No, seriously, Mike. I mean, this is a woman whose son is arrested. She just wants to know where he is. No one knows where he is.
Police department?
Huh?
Call the police department. Call the police department or a detective agency.
You know what?
Like I said.
You know what? You bring up a point. Vanessa, you called Federal Heights. Where did they take him?
So they took him to the Adams County detention facility, and that's where he's at right now. But they won't take him to Denver where his charge is, and so he can't see anybody. So we don't know what he's being held in Adams County.
So how'd you find out? So you did find out he was in Adams County. You said you didn't know where he was. How'd you find out he was in Adams County?
So because they contacted me and they told me that he was there, but they can't tell me like what he's being held on.
Oh,
like,
so you're saying you have no information. Is it because there's an active investigation?
I have no idea. Nobody will tell me anything. They won't give me any information. And then I call the courts to see about, you know, when he goes to see the judge or whatever, so we can find out. And they don't have him in their system.
Well, what if he's a minor and he needs to hire an attorney? He would have to go through you.
Yeah, exactly.
So won't they let you talk to him about getting an attorney?
Yeah, so that's what I'm in the process of doing, since I'm like not able to get any information anywhere else, and since the courts and the DA or nobody have any kind of history, you know, any kind of filed of any kind of investigation on him. I don't know where this is, how is this even in the system?
I was just sent this link where you can find out what the offender's being held on, what the status of their custody is, everything. So I'll send this to her.
Is it a
and
local?
It's free.
What kind of link?
Vine. Victims have the right to know. Colorado Vine.
Vine.
VineLink.com.
Is it Vine what?
Vine Link. As in tomato vine, Tom, VineLink.com. And then you can find an offender.
No fooling.
Apparently, I haven't used it yet. One of our angels sent it to me.
You just put in your state, then boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
You know what? Yeah, get her that information, then we can do that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Paul the Waterman. Paul, in testing, I know that one of the big allures, one of the big attractions to a drinking water, like a drinking water fountain at your sink or whole house filtration is the lead. I want to be educated on this. Where is the lead? There is definitely, it's not maybe, there's definitely lead in the water. The city of Denver even admitted that, right? So what water does that affect?
Well, that affects the water that actually is coming from the municipality to the home. It's old.
Denver? So Denver water, if you get Denver water, you absolutely have a problem.
In neighborhoods that have been identified by the city, now they've sent out letters saying, you know, your water supply has lead. It's old infrastructure. Homes that were built in the 70s when they were using lead solder on copper pipes, the chloramine will leach lead out of the copper pipes as well.
Into the system.
Into the system because of the lead solder that was used back in the day. Now that's all since changed. And, you know, majority of the homes, newer homes are plumbed with PEX piping. But basically it's old infrastructure, and so the city has to, you know, outline a budget to upgrade and replace those old pipes.
Why can't they filter lead out?
You can filter lead out with a whole house filter system.
But why can't they do it at the water treatment plant?
It's volume side. It's not the water treatment plant. It's the lines where it's coming from. So the water goes into the lines, the water lines themselves.
Oh, okay. So by the time the water gets to you, no matter how pure it is, it's got lead.
Right. It's got lead. Now,
that sucks. I never thought of that. Now, water treatment facilities, what do they actually kill?
Well, they treat the water with the chloramine. Denver was the first, and
what does it do?
It goes after the bacteria that's in the water.
What about viruses?
Well, viruses, but the chloramine is ammonia and chlorine mixture, so the chlorine content stays. Chlorine by itself would dissipate. So adding the chloramine to it makes the disinfection stay longer. But yet it's up to the municipality to monitor it properly, because we even had boil orders, right, from Inglewood recently where they had E. coli. So that's like a breakdown in the municipal water treatment. So mistakes will still happen.
Okay, but what people don't understand, treatment of the water is different than filtering. They don't really filter your water.
No, they don't filter. Only thing they're doing
they filter maybe cats and dogs out of it, but I mean they don't really do fine filtering.
No, look what Castle Rock's doing. Castle Rock is going directly from the waste treatment plant right back to the home. And so all they're doing is taking out the solids, and then to kill the bacteria, they basically treat it with the chloramine. So then all the vitamins and other things, estrogen, pharmaceutical chemicals,
they're still in the water.
Still in the water.
They just get diluted.
That's right. And so
But does that dilution increase over time?
Absolutely. As our community grows, you bet. That's why, you know, I believe that water filtration, drinking water especially, is going to be as common in a home as the hot water heater and furnace.
Well, of course, because eventually there's too many things in the water to filter out. Now, unless you do it at home. Otis, what is your comment on Vanessa's son? How can you help?
Well, she said he was 16 years old,
yes,
carrying a weapon, and he's already on probation, and she's worried about him now.
Well, she just wants to know what he was arrested for.
This guy makes a good point, man.
Okay, first of all, here's her point, so it's not lost. She didn't say she was worried. I said that. She said she wanted to know why he was arrested, because she thought he was doing his probation and keeping his nose clean, and then a felony warrant came up. So tell me, what parent would not be curious if your kid was on probation and got arrested on a felony warrant, and you thought your child or your kid or whatever, you thought that he was complying to probation? Why wouldn't you question what was he arrested for? I never heard her make an excuse. All I heard her ask was, I wanted to find out what was this felony warrant.
Well, she should know what the felony warrant is by now.
Why?
I mean, he's 16 years old. Obviously, he got it when he was 15. But a 16-year-old boy carrying a gun on the street, and he's pulling it out.
It's terrible. Nobody is saying this guy is innocent. In case you haven't noticed, Otis, I'm trying to help the mom. I mean, you know, look at. She may not get Mom of the Year, and the 16-year-old might. Who the hell cares? She simply wants to know what the warrant was for. So what should I do, Warren? Should I hang up on her, Otis? Is that what you want? Tell me what I should do. Tell me, how should I handle this? Should I call her a bitch and hang up on her? What should I do? Tell me, Otis. Tell me. She's got a son who's a felon. Okay, she's not Mother of the Year. What should I do? When she called me and asked to find out about the warrant, what should I do, Otis? Tell me what I should do. Should I call her names or just hang up on her? What should I do, Otis? Come on. Tell me what I should do with her. You ass. Shut up. You piece of crap. I'm just trying to be nice to people sometimes. Again, I'm not giving her Mother of the Year. She wants to know, what is the felony warrant he was picked up on? We weren't aware of any. What if it was an error? It could have been. We don't know. You old crotchety piece of crap.
He sounded old. What? He sounded old.
So he turned to his American Express Blue Business Cash Card, which lets him earn 2% cash back on his business purchases.
Power of the hang-up button.
See, that segment should be recorded and used as why to listen to your podcast right there.
This story features a fictional character in a fictional business. Terms of cashback cap apply. Learn more at AmericanExpress.com/bluebusiness. Don't do business without it.
So we're talking about become the banker as an investment strategy, and now with the stock market going nuts, man, you're going to want something that's stable. And Become the Banker pays 4% tax-free. If you follow the strategy at Become the Banker and you become the banker, it's tax-free. You put money into it, grows tax-free. 4% plus a 1% dividend. And then, on top of that, you can borrow from it, pay yourself back with interest, so you're sheltering more money, growing more money tax-free. Find out more, becomethebanker.org.
Check it out, Master Rooter Plumbing. These guys give you something that no other plumber in the Denver metro area do. You ready for this? They'll actually come out to your place and give you a free estimate. In fact, if you need a sewer line or another company told you need a sewer line, they'll scope your line for free as well. Master Rooter Plumbing. Check them out at the referral list or give them a call, 720-434-3406. Great guys, great pricing, 720-434-3406.
Maybe you have a loved one who forgets routine tasks more than usual, like letting the dog out, or struggles with chores like laundry or cooking. Sometimes what may seem like a senior mood consistent with normal aging could be symptoms of NCI, the earliest clinical stage of Alzheimer's. If you or someone you know is experiencing difficulties like these, or other memory issues or mood changes, talk to a doctor and consider asking about cognitive screening. You can also learn more about NCI
How many cameras are there also?
at itstimeweknow.com by Biogen and ASI.
No, that's 3.
Oh, 3 cameras.
That's 3 right here. How many more are there?
One dropped. I wonder why.
It's that one right there.
You gotta wonder why, too, through that window. I've always wondered that.
What?
Why it drops right there.
I don't know. It's,
we have 4 in here, but I don't think one of them in there is plugged in. What we should do is get one right here for the guest angle.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we can't do here.
You could take that one there and put it over here.
Hold on, I have to re-plug this in.
Okay, so which one of these puppies am I going to call the 31?
Time is limited to file a claim. Colorado lawmakers recently approved an initiative giving survivors of
I'll call it the radio room. We'll do this.
file claims against the institutions that failed to stop the abuse. If you or someone you love was a survivor of sexual abuse while in any youth or faith-based organization, no matter how long ago that abuse occurred, call 800-433-8369. That's 800-433-8369. You may be entitled to significant compensation. All calls are completely confidential. If you or someone
Where'd Thomas go? Tom. We're gonna try this, brother.
What you going to try?
We're gonna plug this in here.
One of those things.
Yeah, it's not. I'll try it.
And you're doing that to get what? What's the desired effect?
Better connection.
For what?
For in here. So we're not going through that mesh. I don't want to plug this in there. You know what I'm going to do just for the hell of it? I'm going to plug it in right here for a second. Don't worry, it won't give you the worst kind of cancer.
That's okay.
Hey, come out here for a minute, dude.
Ooh.
Good time. If, no guarantees, but you might get to it.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job. Shop the Just for Pros event at Lowe's now through September 24th. Save with limited time offers on top tool brands like Bosch, DeWalt, and more. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 9/24 U.S. only. Denver's talk station.
Okay. I gotta figure this out. But it's a decent sized space. Oh yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. We're here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life a little easier. Okay, so we have a question for Water Pros. This is Andrew. Andrew, go ahead. What's going on? This is Paul, the Waterman.
Yeah, we're just curious. I live in Arvada, and sometimes, like at night, if I just take a glass of water out of the faucet without letting it run, I get kind of like a taste and a smell of like fertilizer.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You know, you can actually smell does it smell more sulfury or more like a manure?
It's more like a fertilizer used on the lawn.
Oh, a chemical smell?
Yeah.
What part of Arvada are you closer to? The foothills? Are you more like by Wadsworth?
Closer to Wadsworth.
Okay, that's the total chlorine content, and as it sits inside the lines, you have moderately hard water there, and so it's just kind of a mildewy, and it builds up. Clean off your aerators on your sink, and that'll cure the problem. And you'll see a bunch of buildup on top of the aerator. And so when you don't run the water for a bit, then, what happens is that you're getting that residual of the, calcium and dirt that's in water lines, and that's what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, because that could hold on to those crystals that would still smell, and that's why when you pour the aerators.
They're aerators, and so a lot of the new faucets have water restrictor plates, and those really, capture or accumulate, the buildup, and so it's not at every single faucet, and but try to clean your aerators, and that should take care of your problem.
Anyway, if you have any questions for Paul and waterpros.net, let us know. 303-713-TALK. Hugo, what's going on with DMV? What's going on, Hugo?
But once before, you helped me out with a title that they lost. Well, it happened to be that they lost another title for me. How can it be possible?
Now, wait a minute.
Wrong in...
You lost another title to another vehicle?
Yes, they did.
Wait a minute. This happened to you twice. I can't believe this. On two different vehicles?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about this one. What happened?
Well, I turned the title that I got from the auction, and I applied.
So you bought the car at auction?
Correct.
Okay, when? When did you buy it?
have it here in address. 8/11/21.
Okay, so you bought a car at auction in August, and then what do they give you when you win the auction? When you win the bid, they
give me a title.
Yes.
And I apply a title on.
Right. So you fill it out and send it in, right?
Yes, I took it in because you have to make an appointment for everything in there.
Okay, you took it in, and then what? Did they take it
And I handed to them, and fine. After 3 weeks, I said, well, it's kind of strange. I better call again. I hope they didn't lose another title for me. Well, they did. I went to personal to Littleton, and
how many weeks did you wait before you called them?
About 3.5 weeks.
So you, and they could not find your title.
Yes. And I talked to them, and the supervisor. He's real nice, but they don't have no answer for me.
Did they say it's lost, or do they say it's in process and it'll show up? What do they say?
No. It's lost. They can't find my title.
They can't find it.
There's something really wrong in there.
Come on, man. This is the second time this has happened to you. Hang on. Hey, Suze, don't we have a DMV angel or somebody we can talk to there? Yes?
He doesn't talk on the air, but I can send the info along.
Yeah, let's send that info. Let's give it a
try.
try, Hugo. Hang on. And see what happens when you drop off a title and then they lose it. And this happened to you twice? This is crazy. Hold on. JR, you have a question for Water Pros. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Hi. What about the water pipe? You have an advertisement on your station there about whole house
repiping, right? Repiping. That's a good option. A lot of people do repiping if you have old, disgusting lines, and they do it with the PEX. PEX is a good product. It's not like the old. What was the old piping that was bad?
Galvanized piping.
No, and then after
copper.
But they tried flex pipe before.
That was a polybutylene.
And
I can't say the word.
And it was bad.
It was bad, and it was the first stage of PEX, and so the first part.
PEX is really good.
Yeah, it's really good now. Absolutely.
I mean, PEX in many ways is superior to copper, right?
Absolutely.
And it's easier to patch and fix.
Well, PEX is durable.
And it's more freeze resistant.
Exactly correct. PEX is very durable. It's the installation aspect of it, right? You cut down on time and angles that have to be used.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, what was your question about the PEX? Are you thinking repiping instead of filtration?
Well, if I do the filtration, do I do the repipe? Will that mend the lines inside?
Well, right. So water softening will dissolve all hard water buildup inside of your lines. So all the restrictions that occur over the years because of hard water will be dissolved with soft water. So as soft water runs through your home, as it sits at night, it's breaking down all that hard water buildup. And to prove my point...
Yeah, but what does that mean then? All of that metal gets filtered out?
It's not metal. It's dissolved solid. It's going to turn to mush, and it just turns to liquid, and it will run out the faucet.
It clogs the filters up, right?
Well,
faucet filters.
Yeah,
can it clog up the filters?
Absolutely. So then that way you want to take out, your aerators every once in a while to let it flow properly.
Until it's all clean, then it doesn't happen anymore.
Right. It takes about...
But in the beginning, when you go with softening, it cleans out your pipes.
Absolutely correct. 100%.
Really?
Right.
It's like a strong statin.
Well, it's like the Zero Res advertises they're using soft treated water. Right. Same thing, and that fights and eliminates dirt. So what water softening does is causes hard water to dissolve, and that's why we do the washcloth test, right? With bottled water, soft water, and when you see that soap that sticks, that's trapped because of hardness. So that shows you instantaneously.
But JR wanted to know then if you PEXed your home. Would that be sufficient? Would you still need filtration?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because hard water is going to build up inside PEX too.
What?
Absolutely it does. Hard water builds up in circumference, and it absolutely will occur.
Okay.
So I don't have to repipe then?
No, you don't have to repipe. Absolutely.
No, he's saying you can clean your pipes with a good system. And then filtration is different than softening, though. That's something a lot of people, we'll be talking about that and more. Get your calls in, 303-713-TALK. But water's fascinating, and it's primary for our health.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Southbound I-25 still heavy from 58th. We have a new wreck blocking the left lane after I-70. Eastbound I-70 slows both directions between I-225 and Pena. We have a crash on Federal at Yale, and the stoplights are out on MLK at Colorado. Got to treat that intersection as an always stop. Pena's at the speed limit to and from DIA, but long lines out at TSA. Give yourself 2 hours check-in before your flight. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy today, a high up to 70. Clear skies tonight with a low at 50. Sunshine, but cooler tomorrow, a high near 68. It's going to warm up again Wednesday through Friday, sunshine and 84. Right now it's 61 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job. Shop the Just for Pros event at Lowe's now through September 24th. Save with limited time offers on top tool brands like Bosch, DeWalt, and more. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 9/24 U.S. only.
ApprovalReverse.com for Approval Reverse Mortgage. That's Joan Sullivan. I'm really picky on who I choose for reverse loans. Joan Sullivan is one of the approved lenders. She has your best interest at heart. If you're looking for a reverse loan, ApprovalReverse.com. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528. Do you know what I do monthly? Not that. I do that more often. I'm talking about cheating on my diet, by the way. No, but you know what I do monthly? I do hydration, IV therapy. Do you know why? Because it's good for you. Now, you can get it if you're sick and want to get over the hump, including COVID. They'll come to your home. Or you could have dehydration, vitamin deficiencies, hangovers, migraines, whatever it's for. They'll give it to you for the same price you would get if you went to an IV bar. So why go out when you can get it in the comfort of your home? Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com. Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com. Call for same day, same hour appointments. You can call or text 720-987-2155. 720-987-2155.
BullseyeEventGroup.com's VIP Tailgate is home to the KOA broadcast.
Did you switch it? Oh, let's do it on the big one. We'll do it on the big break. I think we got this, man. I think we do.
Okay, Mark, so you made a network.
Then I think we'll figure out where we mount it, and then we're going to get rid of that fucking mesh piece of shit.
What are they? What kind of mesh, you know?
TP Link, kind of cheapies. That might have been where I went wrong to begin with, but this is TP Link, and it's working great. Did you figure that out yet?
Graphene's amazing material.
No, I got it. That's what I'm texting his mother. I just want to see if they did get anything.
I think. No. No, it's not here. Let me see a pen. I'll write it down for you. Oh, here, I'll type it to you. We got to get you an email soon, too.
They attacked my pain on my first visit. Immediate relief.
I know what it is.
A longer range, including physical therapy. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You don't have to suffer with Get your life back. All major insurance, compassion, and effective.
Send.
People of action. You have my wisdom.
Would we send it to help? To me.
Colorado Pain Care.
My mail.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread...
So the 2G is shit.
What do you mean 2G? Do they even have 2G?
2.4 is shit.
Oh, 2.4.
Yeah, but like to get out to my barn, I have to be on 2G because 5G doesn't go as far, but it's much broader, so it's a lot faster.
You're talking about 2.4 megahertz?
Yeah. Yeah. So it goes way further. Like I can go out to my barn and have a strong ass connection with it.
but on 5G I get nothing.
Why is that?
Because 5G is broad. It's thick, so you can get a ton of shit at one time, but you have to be closer. It's not narrow.
0% interest when you call today. 720-573-0086. 720-573-0086.
White House defends influx of migrants.
Yeah, walking across the river.
Man, did you see those photos? It's crazy. It looks like a fucking Grateful Dead concert.
What's that?
Under that bridge in Texas, man. It does. It looks like a fucking Grateful Dead concert.
He just lets them go. Do they even have a stop policy? What's the policy now?
I have no clue, man.
And it was down to nothing.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
That little camera right there on Wi-Fi.
Which one?
The little gray one.
Is the green light on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm looking. Why don't you just take it and sit it up here?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Because that will give you your guest view.
Yep. No problem at all.
And another angle on the Tomster.
Yeah, I'll snag it. I think we do it now. I don't know where we're going. It's going to have to go on that middle one. Anyhow, when do you think you'll hear back, or you don't know?
Okay, I'm going to try to get this done. I mean, so what do they ask for? Like, just whatever? Now, where's his camera? His computer?
Which one? That one that was on him? This one right here? It can get you like that.
No, I just wondered. We have to plan it out so it doesn't look like shit, because we really need to frame them. You know, we need to frame them right, and we need one wide. We need tight on every. Technically, we should have a wide and then tight on each position. That's what we should have.
Okay, that could work.
That's really what would look good. And I don't mean tight, but like this.
I got you.
Hi, Tom
Martino here, 303-713-TALK. GenesisSolarCO.com. If you're looking for solar, Genesis might be the answer because they're the best deal in the business right now. 25-year guarantee on components, 25-year performance guarantee. And here's the thing about Genesis. It's part of a long-established company. It's part of Genesis Total Exteriors. Well, a separate company, same ownership. GenesisSolarCO.com, 303-474-4317. 474-4317. It takes 20 minutes to find out if you're a good candidate, and they do it off-site. Okay, Vanessa, we're still trying to get a hold of a criminal defense attorney or someone who can help us figure out the charges, or if you could read the charges or find out. You don't have a case number. You don't have anything. So we will call you back when we get a hold of one of our attorneys to answer that question. What happens if a minor is arrested on a felony warrant? Can a parent find out what that warrant is? What is it stemming from? What is it? Even his own probation officer didn't know about it. They have no idea what it's about. Is it possible it was issued in error? Who knows? I mean, we got to figure it out. If anyone knows how to find out, I mean, it seems to me there's a case number, and you know, the people who arrested him should have a file on it. Vanessa, do you think you can get a case number?
Yeah, I tried that. I tried asking the arresting officer because that's what I thought too. And they said that they don't have a case number because they're not out of Denver. They're out of Adams County, so they don't have access to seeing any of Denver's information, which includes the case number. It doesn't have a case number. It just says felony warrant.
Got it.
Out of Denver.
Oh, man. Suze, did you try calling Joe Lazzara?
Yeah, I did, Tom.
All right.
I've not got a call back yet.
I know. He's in
So
court a
busy
lot.
all the time.
303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Paul the Waterman. We always talk about water conditioning. Here's what we hear. Water conditioning, water filtration, water softening, water treatment. Okay? Those are the words. So we got a bunch of different words. Treatment, conditioning, filtration, There's also water purification. I mean, there's all kinds. So what is water treatment? I mean, I guess it's whatever you want to call it. Anything you do to water is water treatment.
Correct. That's a broad term.
Yeah, water treatment. What about filtration?
So I break it down to the filtration would be like an inline filter that would you would use to remove sediment or try to use like your inline fridge filter, right? Then water conditioning is both softening and conditioning the water, so you take the hardness out and also the total chlorine content out.
Wait, is that like filtration too?
Right. And
hold on. So when you condition water, it's both filtration and softening?
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Then, purified water is, reverse osmosis water. Then, on a medical scale, they have DI water that they use in hospitals. And so, I break it down to make it simple. You have the working water, which we use for, bathing and doing our showers, and then you have the drinking water. That's the 1% we use.
Right.
So, the drinking water, I recommend reverse osmosis. And then for the whole house, based on your need and your wants, is either the softener or the conditioner.
Now, to soften the water, the whole house is under $2,000 fully installed. To filter the water, whole house would be under $2,000. But if you combine them, you can do it for what?
$34.95.
And that's a conditioning system.
That's a conditioning system.
That does filtration and softening.
Correct.
Wow. Is it and filtration and softening? So your water comes out of the faucet as good as any water.
Not as good as RO water, and I'm a stickler for on that. So
why? What does reverse osmosis do that you can't do with regular filter?
The filtration process is slowed down greatly because it's a 1/4-inch tube that's feeding the RO. The RO goes through a series of 3 different
What does reverse osmosis mean? What is that? What is it?
Well, it's nanofiltration.
Okay.
So you're taking out all the dissolved solids, 98.99% of the dissolved solids.
Can you take seawater and make it regular water with reverse osmosis?
No, because the TDS would be so high. You could, but not on a residential application.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So to get drinking water from seawater is not an easy task.
Not an easy task at all, no.
Okay. So in any case, for our homes, people can go with whatever they want. I mean, they can go with a whole house conditioning system that does both.
Right.
And that's about $3,400?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But the filtering still is not as good as bottled water.
See, bottled water is not regulated, Tom.
Okay, let's not say bottled water,
Yeah.
but the filtration is not as good as a reverse osmosis.
Correct.
And you can't do whole house reverse osmosis?
You can, but it's very expensive.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're talking wow expensive.
Wow expensive. Do people ever do reverse osmosis on their whole house?
Yes, they do. When they have situations where the total dissolved solids and they have high salinity in the water.
They want to make it really nice, good, great water.
Correct.
What parts of the country do that?
Well, northern Colorado and eastern plains all have high sodium in the water.
Okay. Let's talk to Robert about CenturyLink. What's going on, Robert?
Oh, hi, Tom.
Hey, what's happening, man? Surprised. I didn't even know that there were telephone men still alive. And okay, so you call CenturyLink, they didn't show up, and so what happened? When you said there was an outage, it was a phone outage, not a power outage. Okay, so do you have a cell phone or do you have just a landline? And why do you even, I'm just curious, Robert, I'm not trying to talk you into it. Why do you bother with a landline? wait a minute. So will a cell phone. Oh, okay. That's but I'm asking, why in general do you have a landline in general? Why do you bother? Why don't you just use a cell phone? A lot of people are doing that now. Oh.
You can transfer that to your cell.
All right. I know that's not what you're calling about, but I often like to interview people who are holding on to the old technologies as to why they're doing it. So let's talk about this then. The phone outage, CenturyLink, and then you never did get it fixed, or did you?
And here is the problem.
Wait, you can call out, but you can't receive calls?
Yes and no. And this is my problem.
Okay, go ahead.
What I did, after a number of hours, 3 or 4 hours, I was able to contact somebody that would give me call forwarding to my cell phone.
Oh.
That was while I had the no dial tone problem with my home phone. And now I cannot get that call forwarding taken away from my cell phone.
You can do it yourself, actually, but
it will not work.
You tried?
You dial *73, which disconnects it. My phone tells me it works. However, it does not work
because you're still getting the calls.
That's correct. And here's the real kicker on that: the first ticket I had with CenturyLink, they canceled. I found this out later. Sunday or Saturday, the 18th, I was able to finally reach somebody in Omaha, Nebraska, by the name of Nicole.
Well, listen, Robert, hold on. While this is fascinating, hold on. You are about one of 10 people who still have landlines. I got to figure this out. We'll get you some help from CenturyLink, but man, did you? Robert, I want you to also know you can have your phone transferred to your cell phone if you wanted to.
Did he forward his home phone to his cell phone?
Yeah, now
then he has to go to the home phone and do that *73. He has to stop the forward from the machine that's being forward.
Thank you. Tell Robert we'll come back to him. We think we have an answer.
It's going to warm up again Wednesday through Friday. Sunshine and 84. Sunny coming up this week. Around 64 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
Looking to save money this year? Look at Allstate. You can get the protection you need at the low rates you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Hey, Ideal Home Loans has one of the best home buying tools in the world. It's called the pre-approval. So many people are saying, I can't find a house. Every time I do, I'm outbid or they don't take my offer. So I'm going to highlight with Ideal right now the pre-approval. You go through the exact process of applying for a loan. In fact, you are applying for a loan. And then they say, okay, you qualify for $450,000 or $350,000 or $900,000, whatever, $600,000. Okay, once you're approved for that amount, now you go out and shop for a home. When you find a home, they do the appraisal, you're ready to close. IdealHomeLoans.com, a complete pre-approval, better than most. It's not a pre-qualification, it is a pre-approval. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. And, of course, if you're out looking for a home, who better to call than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. There's no one better. Frank Duran, He is really great at finding homes for people. You know, I always talk about him listing a home. That's great. He does a great job. He does also free market valuations of your home if you're looking to sell or maybe fix it up. But what I really love is his service for buyers. He can find the homes faster and better than most. I've used him every time. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Not available in all areas. If you run a small business, you know that dealing with workers' comp insurance can be tedious and costly. But Pi Insurance is changing that, and founder John Swigert is here with me to tell us how. At Pi, we saw that small businesses needed a better way to handle their workers' comp coverage. We built Pi Insurance from the ground up for them. We make getting workers' comp a no-brainer with simple online shopping. Best of all, we're helping them save up to 30%. And the reviews say it all. That's right. Pi Insurance is rated excellent on Trustpilot by our customers. They tell us we're fast, affordable, and easy to work with. Thanks, John. Bottom line here is that if you run a small business, you can say goodbye to expensive, complicated workers' comp and discover the next generation of small business insurance. Why not see if Pi can save you up to 30%? Ask your agent for Pi or check your rate today at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com. People trust K&H Home Solutions. Beautiful windows, siding, and doors. Roofing, gutters, and more. K&H Home Solutions can't wait to see you at the Denver Fall Home Show this month. Get 30% discounts on all windows, siding, and doors. The latest top trending colors in siding and the newest innovations in windows and doors. All at 30% off. Plus, check out K&H's incredible hail-proof roofing. Beautiful and practically indestructible. And when you visit the K&H booth, you get a chance to win their amazing $25,000
show you on the desktop.
Get access to all kinds of other specials. Booth 935 at the Denver Fall Home Show. Or make an appointment at
Isn't the home show over?
KNHWindows.com.
Ended yesterday.
I'm looking forward to a playing with my granddaughter.
I can't wait to get together with my friends for a backyard barbecue. If you're 65 or older, you're starting to get back to doing things you love. Did you know even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia? It's a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Help protect yourself.
But I also hate not knowing what I'm going to do about it and have them go to waste.
Prevnar 13 is a virus that prevents infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Ask your doctor or pharmacist today about Prevnar 13.
So what do they ask for?
Don't get Prevnar 13 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients.
I have a card. Do we all have the same card?
To the vaccine.
Yeah.
Most commonly
We do. Is it standard, the one that Kaiser gave us is the same as everyone else gets?
Please call 1-866-699-300.
Or you do a white card, have a white paper card.
You can't afford for this forward financial.
I took a picture of mine and just keep it.
Yeah, on your phone.
Just keep it at home and you're safe and,
You can always go to the CDC and get it again online.
Is this what you're talking about, this little Tom?
Yeah.
It's this.
Yeah, everyone has the same exact.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, this is from the CDC, not from the insurance company.
630 KHAL.
An iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. And let's continue here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. I want to, with the CenturyLink thing, Robert, I think we have this figured out. When you said you wanted to undo the forwarding from your home phone to your cell phone, and you said you dialed star what?
Well, star 73 disconnects the call forwarding.
Right. And did you do that from your cell phone?
No, from my home phone.
and it said what? Okay, we thought you were doing it from your cell. So you actually did it from your home phone, and it did not cancel. Now, that is really strange. You said your phone tells you it's canceled. What does it say?
Oh, it just gives me the stutter.
Okay.
Sound.
I think that they must have done some kind of other kind of call forwarding for you, because
I'm sure they did.
Oh, and you can't. It's going to be hard to get through to somebody to figure that out. Don't we have an angel over there at CenturyLink?
I got somebody who can help him.
Here, Robert, we have someone behind the scenes that might be able to help you, even though you've tried. Hold on. All right, hold on. 303-713-TALK. We aim to help people. Martin, what is going on, Martin?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me. So over the weekend, I let my kid, my 15-year-old, go with his friends to the mall.
Yeah.
And about an hour and a half later, we got a call from the security that they found him passed out in the bathroom. Turns out that one of his friends, so-called friends, gave him a gummy that has I think they said 100 milligrams of weed in it. And my son, he's 105 pounds.
Whoa. Yeah. So he must have been way out of it.
Way out of it. He threw up about 6 times, and he was very dehydrated when we got to the hospital. So the authorities didn't do anything because it was, they told me to call the non-emergency number. So I filed a report. I gave him all the information of the other kids.
Okay, does your son know who gave it to him?
Yes.
Was it another minor?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask you just what do you want done?
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of calling you.
What I would want to do is talk to that kid's parents and just talk to him and say, look, man, your son can't, he has to watch out what he's doing. I mean, I don't know if I want to get the kid arrested.
I do not want to do that for sure. Like I don't plan to press charges or anything. The problem is I can't get a hold of any of these kids. Like they blocked my kids off of all the social media.
He must know. Wait, does he know because he went to the hospital? They're afraid they're going to get in trouble. Hold on, let's figure this out. I think there's got to be a way we can get a hold of their
parents. And you should talk to them. I'm Tom Martino. Hold on for this and more coming up. 303-713-TALK.
I want the parents to pay for any out-of-pocket medical expenses. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but
I don't know about. I mean,
how do you know they didn't all chip in for it or something?
Restrooms are out the lobby to the right.
Yeah. Backside of the elevators, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Go like you're going to the elevators, but just
I'll show you where it is. I'm going to go get some coffee.
You know what else? When you choose American Financing, like I did, you don't have to pay upfront or hidden fees. There's no pressure, no obligation, and you don't have to reset your loan term.
You want to switch over?
Huh?
You want to switch?
You're not wasting money on years you don't need. What are you waiting for? Get a free mortgage today.
Do it up.
See if you can save hundreds or even $1,000 a month. Call 303-957-7000. That's 303-695-7000. Or online at AmericanFinancing.net. That's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 regulated.
Oh God, that poor girl, she's dead.
I wonder what that is.
Okay, and the password is
free iHeartRadio app. Number 1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
Number 1, capital R's.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. The FBI conducting an extensive search of the family home of Brian Laundrie less than a day after we learned a body believed to be will be alert and is safe for children 5 to 11.
Yes, I understand that, but generally on a Wednesday, half mile or something.
Have the power to decertify an election.
Woodward and Costa also suggest Trump's senior military advisor, General Mark Milley, took precautions to prevent Trump from being able to launch a nuclear weapon.
Oh, excellent. All right, hey, thanks a lot.
Another big win for Russian President Vladimir Putin's United Russia Party.
Did all the cameras come up?
Did
you even have to stop streaming, or you just switched?
Basically, all I did